Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Heck Creative. This time we're going over the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary line from Hasbro. It comes with several different figures in different packs. A lot of them are separated, yet they're all under the 80th Anniversary banner. I'll be ranking them here from worst to best, with a few customs along the way. Let's get to it. So in last place is Wolverine. I'm not really a fan of this figure at all. I just got it mostly for the Hulk, because it came in the Hulk 2-pack. This is the first appearance Wolverine, and it just doesn't really work for me. I don't like the blue. I don't really like the sort of garish bright yellow, even though it's used in other figures. And it just doesn't make sense to me why this figure was released with Hulk. I mean, I get it that they fought, but they could have had any other figure with Hulk and it would have turned out just fine. The articulation is good. It's standard. He also comes with two different fists right over here. But as far as Wolverine, we have so many Wolverines, it's really doesn't make any sense as to why we would have any more than we do now. First appearance is great. Like, you want the origin for the 80th anniversary, but they could have added a little more oomph to him. Scarlet Witch from the Magneto and Quicksilver 3-pack is up next, and I find that while her articulation is good, it's just lacking and hindered by the cape. The head can't really move too much at all. The torso can't really move back at all. The legs can move up, but, I mean, the legs are fine, but it just doesn't really, make cohesion to a really good action figure. She stands well, she looks good, but that doesn't really make it all an action figure can do. Dynamic posing, sure, if you add some lighting and stuff, but I mean, just having her just stand there isn't really that intimidating as an action figure goes. She comes with these swirly twirly pink effects, and they're really nice, and you could use them with other Scarlet Witch figures. I mean, I like this one best of all, don't get me wrong. The hair is really good, as well as the face sculpt is really nice. Yet, I feel like they could have done a lot more with her, and it's just a shame. I really like this Colossus a lot, yet there's a couple problems that make me really love him, insofar as this Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack goes. His arms are kind of short, they're kind of weird and bulky, and the fact that his hands are incredibly small on these wrists. I just find that his legs are kind of long too, and I don't like this sort of weird pauldron thing on his knees. His feet are good, but the ratchets are really tight on them, yet they have good motion and articulation. Don't get me wrong, it's a good figure. It looks nice. I love the chrome. The belt's kind of big and kind of in the way, and just a lot of things could have been improved on with this figure and made way better. He also comes with these, like, grabby hands too, and they actually kind of look way better on the figure. And it's a shame because this could have been done way better, but Hasbro just dropped the ball a little bit with Colossus. Quicksilver is actually pretty cool. I like him a lot and he's a fan favorite, yet this body is one we've seen so many times before, and it's just kind of old and samey, I guess. At least compared to everybody else in the wave. He just kind of, is just normal. He's just there. He's really nice. I love the colors on him. The colors are something that they did beautifully on Quicksilver. He just has this nice sort of great look on his face. He also has these great shiny colors. He comes with these hands, these sort of karate chop hands, or running hands in his case, and he also comes with fists. Don't get me wrong, he isn't terrible. In fact, he's pretty great. But as far as everybody else, he's outclassed. So Juggernaut's amazing. I really love this figure. He's outclassed the Build-A-Figure in several ways. He doesn't have a belt, but who cares? It's kind of gotten used to it, I really like this guy. He looks really cool. Yet, I just hate placing them this low on the list. It's a shame because it's like a masterclass of how to do Marvel Legends in this whole line. And so far, they're nailing it, knocking it out of the park. The only, stinker is Wolverine. Yet, I mean, everybody's great in this whole thing. Don't get me wrong, they're all like amazing figures. Yet, Juggernaut is awesome too. It's like picking children. It's really tough to pick which one's the best, which one's the worst, which one's your favorite, which one's your least favorite. The articulation of this guy is nice. The ball jointed hips kind of work in his favor, actually. It kind of, blends into his whole body. Doesn't really stand out too much. As far as accessories go for Juggernaut, he comes with 4 hands. 2 fists over here, along with a more closed hand and a more open hand. He also comes with this helmeted head that's pretty cool. I like the chip in his tooth and the white eyes. It just looks really menacing. And then he also comes with a more beat up head, and this head looks really nice. The head actually can detach from the helmet, and I love the deco on this. It's got a black eye, a big busted lip, and a helmet hair, which is kind of funny. The deco on this right here is also pretty nice. It has a lot of silver on it, and it's actually really cool. A bunch of scratches and a lot of damage. He's seen a lot. So Captain America's up next, and don't get me wrong, I like this figure a lot, but I just find that he's the same as every other Cap figure I own. His articulation is the same. His accessories are the same. We've seen this all before. Yes, he has scale mail on his chest, but that's it. That's one of the only pluses we have for this guy. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it's just sort of a lot of the same things we've seen time and time again. So Captain America comes with a lot of different accessories. He comes with 2 different heads, as seen here. The other head is fine. I don't really use it too much. The paint's applied great. The A is different on both of them, yet I like this head way more. It just looks nicer to me. The eyes are a little bit wonky, but it's kind of perfect for me. Next up, we got this shield piece. It holds the shield, seen here. The shield is attached through a peg. I don't really use the clip because the clip could break. You just attach it onto here and you're good. And it looks like he's throwing the shield. It's actually pretty cool. It's a nice accessory, but I don't really use it too much because the material on this deteriorates. And that's a shame. He also comes with these holding hands for holding the shield or anything else you want him to hold. They're fine. They're good. He comes with 2 fists as seen on him, and they're just normal fists. I like them. Last but not least, as a custom kind of thing, he comes with these little bracer things. They aren't really included on the figure, but I got them from a different Captain America and used them on here, and they look really nice. Next up is Iron Man. I really love this figure, yet the other ones are better. That's kind of just what I say. But also, the fact that you had to actually take apart the guy in order to make him work right. He actually has a peg on his elbow that you had to actually take out and put back in and switch the arms around, and for that I really feel like he deserves a demerit, because the factory should have caught that early on in production and fixed it so you wouldn't have to fix it yourself. Action figures you have to fix yourself aren't really that great in my book. This Iron Man is wonderful looking though, and it's a shame that he's kind of low on the list. For accessories, there's a bunch of them. I'm going to have this second Iron Man demonstrate. He comes with a blast effect that's really huge, a smaller blast effect, and you can combine them to make this bigger blast effect. He comes with 2 each, and if you get 2 of them, you actually have more, which is really nice. The other head is pretty cool, and it just looks like the same one with a nose. That's it. It's the same kind of faceplate with a nose. A little bit of change here and there. No eyebrows. This one looks way better. This one looks just okay to me. Last but not least, he comes with a spare head. A Tony Stark head from the classic ages. Looks great. I love the little like frills in his hair that come down. The eyes look really nice. And the mustache is pretty cool too. It's classic Tony Stark right here. And it just is worthy of getting a spare suited figure for him. So in third place we have Hulk. The sculpt is beautiful. It's brand new and really nice. I like how his articulation works, although there's a few problems with him that keep him from being number 1. His fists are pretty small. His arms can only go back instead of forward. He can't do a thunderclap. If you move his chest joint too far, it kind of creates stress marks and kind of wears and tears on it. The dumbbell joint in his head's pretty nice. I just want to point that out. It's pretty cool. His articulation's really good on the lower half of him, yet his feet are really tiny. It's kind of weird. He should have really big feet. And, you know, Hulk's awesome, but he just is a few steps away from being truly great. I do like these spare hands you give him, these grabbing hands. They're wonderful. Yet, a couple things here and there put Hulk from being number 1. So in second place is Magneto. I really like this figure a lot, and while the body is nothing new, what they do with it makes up for it. We got these nice little gauntlets on his wrist and also on his ankle. It's a nice touch right there, and it gives him a little more oomph than other figures would have. I like this huge chunky belt. The cape is amazing. It's really shiny. We also got a little wash over here. Looks pretty cool. His articulation on the legs is standard, yet you don't have to do too much with him. He can stand there and look intimidating. Again, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts here. This face is just beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's insane compared to this face, which is just boring and bleh, and may have a defect right here where the mask isn't put on correctly. and it just doesn't really work for me. I like this head even better. Other accessories include these hands right here. We also got these magic effects, little like shinies in them, like he's actually moving magnetism stuff. It's pretty cool. Little speckles of just sort of metal looking things, and it really adds to the figure a lot. In first place is Thor. I'm really glad we have this guy. He looks amazing. We finally have a classic Thor to our collection. I mean, the only issue with him is his cape is actually glued in, and I'm wondering how that will hold up over time. The head can't really move too much either, but you don't really need him to. His body can move incredibly great with the swivel joint right here. Swivel waist there for no real discernible reason. You don't need it, but it's still there and I like it. His legs spread out really far and really nice. He has a standard articulation here, and this pauldron doesn't really bother me either on his leg. He has this nice little hidden swivel in his calf right here. His ankles are a little tight, but that's perfect because you want them tight for longevity, because this Thor is going to stand the test of time and be my Thor. Thor also comes with a couple accessories here and there. His hands have a roll in the dice motion for the holding Mjolnir hand and a knock-knock motion for the other hand. We also have another grabbing hand for when he wants to grab Mjolnir, and it comes with a knock-knock motion as well. Speaking of which, this Mjolnir is beautiful and perfect. It's inscribed with a great inscription on it. It's painted really well, and it's just a nice detail that Hasbro went the extra mile and gave us this beautiful Mjolnir for our classic Thor to hold. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary figures. Overall, I find these to be incredibly cool, with each figure being better than the last. Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man are all great because they're all single-packed and you can pick them at your choosing, yet getting all three of them is a no-brainer. They have a lot of articulation, accessories, and great paint. Magneto comes with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and while mostly I wanted Magneto, the other two are a great pair as well. They look really nice and they're kind of shiny and are worthy of their collection. Hulk is packed with Wolverine, and Wolverine is just a dud. I don't need him at all, yet he adds my Wolverine collection kinda, and Hulk is a huge beast, and he's now my classic Hulk. Juggernaut and Colossus are a mixed bag. I find while Juggernaut is pretty much perfect, Colossus is pretty much just eh. He has weird proportions, and his costume looks way too big for him, and I just find that they could have done a lot better with him, yet he's the only classic Colossus we have. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.